What's up everyone, welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I'm going to try to make a children's slash kids choir melody. Something like a dark melody with some choir vocals in there. And I'm going to try to make this from scratch. So I've heard that Suicide Boys have used this before in their beats. Suicide Boys, I don't, Champagne Face probably, I'm not 100% sure. But today I'm going to try to create something like this myself. So you actually have to sing for these, and I cannot sing for jack shit, but we'll play around with the notes of the singing and we'll be alright. So first off, you actually, what I would recommend if you're trying to create these yourself as well, is just lay down some simple chords or just an extremely simple melody. So you have a foundation to work on. Nothing too special, nothing too difficult, because you need room for the vocals. And that's why you don't really have to create something which is too difficult. So just lay down like some simple chords, or maybe even a melody, like a really simple melody within the chords or whatever. But for now I'm just going to keep these chords like this. And now we have to actually write some lyrics, because these vocals are created from scratch and written by someone and actually sang by someone. And usually there aren't kids, there's just one guy who just sings it a bunch of times. And then there's an entire choir if you pan it to the left and all that stuff, but we'll get into that later. Okay, so I wrote this simple text. It's coming out at night, it's time to play with us. We're gonna hurt you, it's the last time you're gonna hear from us. Okay, and it's good if you're trying to record these as well, that there's almost zero background ambience. I have a computer next to me. There's a tiny bit of background ambience, so it's nothing too annoying, but try to like record these at a room where there's no background noise, so you get the most clean result. Okay, so I recorded the first one. A good tip that you can use is, if you try to make these, is try to pitch this one, or not pitch it, but put it on a different track so you can hear yourself. And as soon as you're going to record again and you hear your own voice, you're more likely to sing the same type of notes. Because if I'm going to record it again right now, I may not sing the same notes. If I hear my own voice, you can immediately hear if you were kind of off on your own vocal take. So that's why I would recommend putting this on a different mixer track to hear your own voice. And then you can instantly hear if something is off or not. So for now, I'm going to record about 3 more times. Okay, so I did the first half. I usually do the first half, because then I don't have to worry about the second take. But this is the first take without any effects, and this is 4 separate takes. And this is what 4 separate takes sound like together, without any effects.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us.
So that doesn't sound like a choir right now, but if you do some processing and panning them to the left and right, you'll immediately start to hear that it sounds more like a choir. So if we take the first take and pan it about 50% to the right, if we take the second take and we pan that about 50% to the left, like this is left and the other one is right, then we turn the third one a bit down, and the fourth one we're just going to keep it like that. And now we're going to do some processing. So a good plugin that you can use is a little alter boy to immediately make your voice sound like a child. So you just put the pitch up and you play with the format a bit, and you can immediately hear that my voice is going to sound like a kid.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us.
A really good plugin. I didn't do the processing on the vocals, so I'm gonna do one and I'm gonna do the rest on my own. So go to pitch corrector, and as you can see that some notes are going on 2 notes at the same time, so just put it to the center. And then pick a scale. The scale I use is F. So for the first vocal, I'm just going to use F as my scale. So click that there and put scale as F minor. And then if a note is out of the scale, just drag it into the scale. There we go. So this is all within the scale. This is within the scale. And then you can just drag your selection, take it right there, and do that with all of the separate takes. So nothing is out of the key of F. Really simple, and I'm going to do the rest on my own, because now you know how it works. Okay, so I have 4 different takes right now. They're still the same takes. The only thing I did is a tiny bit of processing and putting on the scale of F. First off, I'm going to add little alter boy on all vocal takes. So the first one, little altar boy, and you can play with the format you want to make it sound a bit higher or lower. So 4 takes, and the only thing I did was pan left and right and add little altar boy. That's what the 4 takes sound like together.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us.
So that really already gives a something eerie, because like it's a kid's choir on a dark beat. It's like it just adds some eeriness in my opinion. So that's why I really like these types of choirs. So now for some more processing, I'm going to route them all to one track. Route this track only. Then put a bit of reverb, a bit of echo boy. So we start off with a bit of reverb, super plate, which is really good. Then we're gonna add a echo boy, which like almost doubles the choir. Then usually I either add a vinyl or not, because this is more optional. If you want your kid's choir to sound like vintage, a bit vintage, I would say add vinyl, otherwise don't. But it also adds a tiny bit more scariness, I would say. So now add a fresh air to make it a bit free, a bit more fresh, I would say.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us. Come on out at night, it's time to play with us.
So this, in my opinion, sounds fine. It's a bit boring because there's no main melody, but the concept is there. So what I usually do is I select all the takes that I have. I select all takes, you just select them like this, and then on your keyboard you press Ctrl G. This consolidates all of the tracks you selected into one. So this entire choir is one audio file, but it is actually 4 because I consolidated all of the tracks. So what I usually do then is I copy it over and then I drag it a bit forward, so there's a tiny bit of difference in which one plays and which one where they start. I make them unique, pan one to the left and then pan the other a bit to the right. So actually now you don't have 4, but you actually have 8, because you copied 4 and then copied it again, so that's 2 times 4 is 8. So it's actually 8 children kids singing. So yeah, okay, so they're both at 4. So I started at F, so 1 2 3 4, so now it's A, so it's just gonna work on A. Let's put it in there. Also have to do the second take, but that's the entire same process, so I'm just going to do that really quickly and I'll be right back to you guys. Okay, so now I got the entire vocal, the entire choir. So let's have a listen to this entire choir. After that, we're going to add a few melodies, instruments to this.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us. We're gonna hurt you, it's the last time you can hear from us.
Okay, so I added some final effects, just a little reverb and a vinyl. Let's put this one down actually. A vinyl and a little reverb. So now we have the entire choir. We're gonna add a dark piano, a violin. We can go all kinds of ways. Starter piano, but we can do some more with this. So for instance, we could even play it in. Maybe that works. So it adds a more natural feeling. So I'm just going to play this in real quick. Just a few simple notes would be fine. Okay, now let's try to add some additional notes into the chords themselves. There we go. Okay, now a second piano, because Noir is a really good piano, but doesn't really have a extremely good lower note. So I'm just going to add one big lower note, and then it really already gives a bunch more feeling to it. So I think I'm just gonna add like a soft bell. Okay, so now we have like a already decent melody. It's fine. It's good enough to work with. It's simple. There's like a few elements in there. Now we're going to listen how it sounds with the choir in there. I'm pretty curious how it's gonna sound. So let's have a listen. Here we go.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us. We're gonna hurt you, it's the last time you could hear from us. Come on out at night, it's time to play with us. We're gonna hurt you, it's the last time you could hear from us.
Probably just a simple bell, which plays halftime. Plays at halftime. Something like this, and then copy this over. A violin, and I'm also thinking of a few more additional pads. So 2, 3, 4. It is a pretty decent idea, so I'm just going to consolidate all of them together. So I don't have to do... Why do I always do this? Is because I can... This is now one consolidated track I can put to a mixer channel. And it saves a lot of time, because otherwise you have to individually cut out all the frequencies you don't want, because in melodies there's low frequencies. You have to cut them out. And I don't want to go over the process of trying to cut out all the frequencies, because in my opinion it's way faster to do this. But this is just like I always say, personal preference. So if you want to do it, do it. But otherwise just do whatever you want, you feel me? A good thing that you can do, which I really do in a lot of my beats, is put one hi-hat note high and one low, and then copy that over throughout the entire playlist, or not playlist, but the pattern. And then afterwards randomize the velocities. I do this because it creates a bounce on the hi-hat, which I really like. That's the entire beat, or that's the entire process on how to make a Kids Choir beat. And these beats go hard, man. Come on, you can do this. You can do this stuff as well. If I can do it and I cannot sing, and I'm still a bit sick, or a bit, I wouldn't say sick, but my voice is not 100% recovered yet. But if I can do it, you can do it as well. So just, you have to have a mic and start recording this and start making these like scary children's choir beats. So yeah, I'll quickly do the arrangement, and let's get to the full beat. Hope you guys enjoyed. I also want to say thanks a lot. We're almost at 1K subscribers, so be sure to subscribe. I really appreciate all of you guys. Be sure to download my free loop kits in the link in the description. You can download all of my loop kits. I'm also almost going to drop at the end of this month. I'm going to drop a new loop kit, so if you're watching this in the future, be sure to download that. Really appreciate all of you guys. So much love from me to you guys, and be sure to enjoy the full beat. Let's get it.
Come on out at night, it's time to play with us. We're gonna hurt you, it's the last time you could hear from us.
QV on this track.